अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आप देख रहे हैं डॉन न्यूज़ में मेज़बान अब्दुल गफ्फार। और आज है जनाब हमारा एक स्पेशल एपिसोड। स्पेशल इसलिए कि आप देख रहे हैं कि यूजली हम स्टूडियो में होते हैं, लेकिन स्टूडियो में नहीं है, आउटडोर स्पेशल रिकॉर्डिंग है हमारी आज। और ये स्पेशल शो है जनाब पाकिस्तान की टेस्ट टीम के हेड कोच, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फॉर्मर टेस्ट फास्ट बॉलर जैसन गिलेस्पी के साथ, जो कि पाकिस्तान में मौजूद हैं, पाकिस्तान शाहीन के साथ काम करने आए हैं। इसके बाद ये टीम ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी लेकर जाएंगे और उसके बाद आपको पता है कि पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश के दरमियान टेस्ट सीरीज़ का आगाज़ होगा और उसके लिए फिर जैसन गिलेस्पी वापस आएंगे और इनकी जो आप समझ सकते हैं ना टेन्योर, उसका बाकायदा आगाज़ होगा। बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो इस वक्त पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट में चल रही हैं वर्ल्ड कप के बाद, और फिर टेस्ट टीम के हवाले से भी हम ज़रूर बात करेंगे। और जैसन गिलेस्पी हमारे साथ मौजूद है। थैंक यू सो मच जैसन फॉर योर टाइम। वेलकम टू डॉन न्यूज़ एंड फोर्स इन पाकिस्तान। सो lot of things happening in Pakistan cricket right now because obviously Pakistan didn't have a good World Cup. Then of course the meetings, you came here Karachi, then you went to Lahore, you met Chairman PCB, and then lot of news. I am sure I don't know if you are reading much lot of website or not, but I think a real welcome to Pakistan cricket.
Yeah, oh, thank you. And look, it's just been a wonderful welcome. I can't believe I keep pinching myself at just how hospitable everyone's been and welcoming. It's been fantastic. I'm just very grateful for this opportunity to be part of Pakistan cricket, and I'm fortunate enough to meet the players in Karachi when I arrived. In an ideal world, I would love to have just been with them this whole time to help them prepare or be part of that, but you know, Mazroor is running the show there and doing a wonderful job. So, so there's no problems there. But it has been a great opportunity to meet everyone at the PCB. Got to meet the chairman, Gary and Azam Mahmood are in town. So it's been good to bounce some ideas off them and just have some good discussions on, with the selectors and in person, just where we're at and where we want to go, and just get a feel for how things operate here in Pakistan. So it's been a wonderful experience so far, and I'm hoping this is the start of a wonderful period of time. Because I'm just really excited to be part of Pakistan cricket.
As you said, Jason, let's hope for the great start. But I think let's be very honest about it, that the build-up since you joined as a Pakistan Test team head coach, and of course the Gary Kirsten joined as the head coach of the limited hours cricket. Pakistan cricket not in a very ideal situation right now because we struggled in the World Cup. There are a lot of talks about Pakistan cricket. I'm not talking about what is actually reporting in the media about the rift in the team and everything. Let's keep aside. But do you think this is a struggling and challenging start for you guys as well? That something when you if you are joining a team who recently just finished maybe as the runner-up of the World Cup, maybe the winner of the World Cup, that is a totally different thing. When the team comes from the World Cup, the inquiries are happening, a lot of changes are happening. So did it affect you or your plans, or do you think no, your focus is something else and you already have your own plans?
No, I see it as a great challenge. And look, I know everyone's focusing on the World T20 and the Pakistan didn't progress beyond the group stage, and everyone's disappointed. And a lot of people tend to have opinions and talk about everything that's wrong with Pakistan cricket. But I think there's a lot of things that are right with Pakistan cricket. And yes, as with everything, there's improvements to be made and improvements to make. But that's part of professional sport. And certainly the Pakistan side in the Test arena haven't played Test cricket since in Australia in December, January. So it's been a long period of time. So that's a long time ago. That's in the past now. You learn the lessons from the past, but I'm focusing on what's ahead and some of the positives. We've got some good quality cricketers. We've got some great coaching. There's wonderful people that I've met at the PCB who, everyone focuses on the things that aren't right or things that go wrong, but there are a lot of things that people are doing right at the PCB as well. And how can I help be part of solutions? How can we all work together for the betterment of Pakistan cricket? So that's my focus. Everyone will have their opinion on what's wrong with things, but I'm focusing on how can we continue to get better at the things we are good at, and how can we improve some of the things we need to improve on.
Jason, can you please tell us something about your meeting with the PCB chairman Mohsin Naqvi? And we all know that along you, the limited hours head coach Gary Kirsten, assistant coach Azhar Mahmood were also present there. So what was the talk around about the Pakistan team, how to take this team forward, and of course the recent result, which is not much pleasing for everyone?
Yeah, I think as much as anything, it was just some reflections on where Pakistan cricket's at. What we can do to improve. What is the strategic plan or the strategy going forward? What things can we put in place, the system to make Pakistan cricket better? One thing that really stood out to me that the chairman spoke about a few things that he's observed and he's seen, but one thing that really stood out for me is he's very open to listening to everyone's point of view. We sat around a big table and everyone had a voice.
Okay.
And I thought that was excellent, and everyone got to share their thoughts, and we had some great discussions. There were selectors in there. There was PCB. There was some coaches. It was a fantastic insight for me into how things operate. But the chairman has run some meetings and that he's been very receptive to thoughts and ideas and suggestions.
So now tell us something about your arrival in Karachi first. You met with the Shaheen's boys, and then you are taking them to Australia where you planned some lot of cricket, of course with Bangladesh, with the red ball cricket, then you have some white ball, then you are coming back. But let me just focus on the first part. You're working with the Shaheens, you met the boys at the NSK, so tell us something about it and how you rate the challenge, because as a cricketing fan and maybe as a cricketing journalist right now, I have a bit more worried about that Pakistan test team right now facing a challenge of transition, because we need some new fast bowlers, we need a good spinner as well. We did have some very quality batters, because Rizwan, Babar, Imam, and Abdul, Shafiq, they were doing well. How you see the challenge coming up, especially at the home, because the last test home series we played, unfortunately we didn't produce some good results. So I think this will be a first major challenge for you at the home, because everyone wants to win at home.
Yeah, most certainly, and I think the opportunity to meet the players. Obviously you see names on sheets and stuff. You look online and you try to put some faces to names. You look at some footage of players, but to actually meet people face to face is what it's all about, isn't it? So it's a bit like you and I. We sort of spoke online and that, but it's nice to shake hands and have a chat, isn't it? So that's the same thing when you meet players and meet coaches. And meet everyone here at the PCB. So that's been great, and I've only been able to, in my short time here, because we've had so many meetings and I've travelled back and forth between Karachi and Lahore. Haven't got to spend much time with the players, but I've got that opportunity in Darwin. We've got 2 4-day games, we've got some training, got these next couple of days before we leave on Saturday night to start spending a bit of time with the boys and the coaches. So really looking forward to that. Mazrur's been running the show there, and with the training camp, he's been brilliant. He's been sending me daily updates when I've been back in Australia on how the boys have been going, sending through the schedule and what they've been doing, and he's run the camp wonderfully well. I couldn't be happier. What I saw, players were enthusiastic, they were working hard, they were fit and strong, and it was great to see, and so I'm just excited to be a part of it. I'm with the test side, but I spoke to the PCB and I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to get to know some players and staff before I start with the test side.
Okay.
And see some of these young players play some cricket, and it's in Australia, my home country. So I'll be able to just cast my eye over a few players and just see how they go.
प्रोग्राम में वक्त हुआ एक ब्रेक का, मिलते हैं शॉर्ट कमर्शियल ब्रेक के बाद। प्रोग्राम रिप्ले में खुशामदीद। हम बात करें जनाब पाकिस्तान के टेस्ट हेड कोच जैसन गिलिस्पी से। Okay, what is your thoughts about Pakistan coming challenge, especially first against Bangladesh, because and then England coming up, and you know a lot of things about England. As an Australian, you have great Ashes battle out there, but that is on the lighter side. But on serious talking, I think Pakistan has some quality fast bowler like Shaheen, Naseem we have, but we did have some struggle to find another 3 or 4 fast bowler for, you know, about the backups maybe. If you remember, I think you should remember that when we facing lot of injury problem, when Australia, England, South Africa there, we don't have good backups. So how you see that challenge in the short term when you are playing against Bangladesh, and of course your contract is for the, I think, 3 years. So 2 years. The backups for the next, you know, coming series, maybe, I don't know what is the plan for the work rotation, the workload management of Shaheen especially and Naseem Shah. So how you see this battle, especially the finding of the new fast bowler? Pakistan known for the land of the very exciting fast bowler, but right now things are looking a bit different from the perspective.
Yeah, and this is where you've got to get your structures and systems in place, don't you? So, you know, my goal will be to, and I know Gary will be very much the same, is to increase the depth of player pool in all in batting, bowling, fast bowling, spin bowling, wicket keeping. We want to develop depth in players, and you know, there's no shortage of players of cricketers in Pakistan.
Yes.
So let's get the system right. Let's get the structure right. Get that. If we can build that, that'll take a bit of time, absolutely. But I suppose the question you're asking is the more immediate focus, probably the next 6 months, where there's a lot of cricket. There's a lot of Test cricket. Yeah. There's also a number of white ball tours, both 50 over cricket and T20. So the challenge that we see is how can we look after our players, particularly our multi-format players? How can we best look after them so that when they are representing Pakistan, they're 100% ready to go, fully fit? Because it is unrealistic to expect each and every player to play every day's play for Pakistan in every format. I think, you know, the modern game, it makes it very tough. And then you throw in travel. You throw in, you know, rest periods. There's you know, other tournaments, all these sort of things. You throw that all in. But ultimately, our goal is to have our players fit and robust and strong and ready to perform for Pakistan. Because playing for your country is an honour and a privilege. Yeah, it's a privilege. And we want our players to be at their very best for Pakistan as much as we possibly can. And if it means we have to manage our players, certain players from time to time, and probably a good example of that is probably the fast bowlers. From time to time, we need to look after them. You know, it's unrealistic to expect them to bowl in every single game, in every format that Pakistan play. It's unrealistic. So let's make sure that we're utilising our resources as best we can. And this is where the depth comes in. This is why if we get the system in place, we can have a depth of fast bowling, a depth of spin bowling, a depth of batting that we can manage our players as effectively as possible so that when they walk out on that field for Pakistan, we know they can give us their all.
In past, Jason, we have some very quality spinners and we used to win matches in Pakistan, of course, in the UAE as well, when Pakistan was playing there as a neutral home. So, are you satisfied with the current spinners we have? Yes, Babar have a very fine debut against England, but he is also very inexperienced. We don't have, you know, a big match winner like of Shane Warne, Mullitharan, and of course Ashwin and maybe some other Adam Zampa if you talk about limited hours, but of course Nathan Lyon, especially in Test cricket. So we don't have that experience and reliable spinners right now. So are you worried about it?
Look, I'm very excited by the players that we have here in Pakistan. And look, I think the challenge is, as I've explained, is that we just want to develop the depth. We've got some very good spinners, but we want more. We want more. We want competition for places. That's probably where we're getting at. We want competition for places. We don't want to be scrapping around looking for a spinner or looking for a seam bowler. We want to be able to go, okay, well, we've got this depth of players. We've got all these players to pick from, and that will be exciting. It'd be very exciting to have a squad of players that we can look at and just go, we can plug this player in here, we can plug this player in here, and we know that we are going to be a strong and competitive side. Because if you don't have that depth and you don't expose these players, these stretch opportunities, these touch points where you can give them game time to develop your depth. That's the key for me.
What about pitches? Because a lot of criticism in the past where Pakistan don't prepare good enough pitches, especially for their spin department. A lot of draw result. I think Rawalpindi test once declared below average and it's restored the season. That is the past right now. But as a coach, do you think you have a say in having pitches which you want and you want according to the strength of your side? How you see this thing? Because Pakistani fans were literally very disappointed that we didn't play good cricket. We didn't win a lot of matches. Also, the pitches were not that great as per cricket pundits. Even as you remember that ICC even declared and then of course reversed that decision. So this pitch part is going to be very important on the discussion right now.
Yeah, and all we want with surfaces that we play on is a good even contest between bat and ball. I always talk about in the first half of a game at least, so a 5-day test, you want for at least the first 3 days, if a fast bowler gets a defensive edge, it carries. And the last thing you want to see is if a defensive edge drops short on day one. That would suggest to me that the surface is probably a bit too benign. So you just want an even contest with bat and ball. Batsmen get rewarded for playing positively and look to score. Bowlers will get rewarded if they bowl good line and length for long periods of time, and will get rewarded. So, and spinners, if they're looking to spin the ball, they'll get turn, they'll get some bounce, they'll get some sideways movement. So, if we can create those surfaces, that will give us the best chance to play the best cricket we can play.
गुलाम में वक्त हुआ एक ब्रेक का। ब्रेक से वापस आकर जैसन गिलिस्पी से मजीद सवालात करेंगे। मिलते हैं शॉर्ट कमर्शियल ब्रेक के बाद। Welcome to program replay. We are talking to Pakistan Test head coach Mr. Jason Gillespie. Captain's role is absolutely important. How the captain leading from the front, how he played himself, how he applied, the game plans is very important. So, what is your opinion on the new appointed captain Shaheen Masood? He has a very decent series in Australia, but as ever, from your playing days to till now, Pakistan not managed to win the game there. But that was an impressive performance. They fought very hard. They had their chances, but they didn't grab. So how you see this, the Shaheen Masood and working? Do you have any discussion about the coming challenges with the Shaheen Masood?
Yeah, I've spoken to Shaheen a few times over the phone since my appointment, and really looking forward to working with him. He's obviously captaining Yorkshire in the county championship at the moment, so he's continuing his captaincy development, and I thought he did a very good job in Australia. I know it was a tough tour, but I thought Pakistan were very competitive in that Test series. So, having spoken to Shaheen, he's very clear. We want to go out and play the cricket we want to play, and he's excited about that. I'm excited to work with him and work with all the players to come up with some strategies and planning to tackle Bangladesh on when our first day's play on August 21. So, what I can guarantee you, we'll be well prepared, we'll be well planned, we would have done our research, and we'll be ready to go come ball one.
Okay, last few questions. When in Australia, the new talent and a great talent spotted like Ricky Ponting star, in Michael Clark in the start of their career. So they rated very high, then develop, and then very and they actually treated like a treasure by their nation, by ex-cricketers. But in case of Babar Azam, the things are a bit different. They are fans of the Babar Azam. There are a lot of criticism, the strike rate debate, the captaincy debate. He's a fantastic player. He has great records in all three formats. According to the serious cricket pundits, he has a great technique, great consistency. Do you think that he getting the enough appreciation and the appraise he deserves, even when you not join the Pakistan team? We see a lot of different sort of opinion about him. How you see if he born in Australia, the situation could have been different?
Babar Azam is revered here by the Pakistan supporters. They love Babar Azam, and rightly so. He's a wonderful, wonderful player. You know, I'm really looking forward to working with him and seeing how we can get the very best out of Babar Azam, because he's a quality player. He's an incredible cricketer, and in all formats he's shown that he is highly world class. So I'm really looking forward to working with him and watching him go about his work for Pakistan and scoring a lot of runs for us.
Okay, I know this is you are a test coach. I know my lot of question already about the test team, but of course because you were also working with the Gary Kirsten Pakistan transition period, you were part of the meeting. There was any discussion about the limited hours cricket captain, or you have any say, or you don't have any say on it?
Look, obviously there'll be some discussions going forward. You know, obviously everyone was disappointed with the output from the World Cup. You know, and I get that. You know, when teams don't perform to the level people want or expect, you know, people start asking questions and they start looking at every little piece of the puzzle and trying to find things to do differently or things to improve. Look, I think what Gary's got is he's got time. There's now the focus is on Test cricket now for a little while, so he's got time. I think the next one is in November, early November in Australia. It's the next one day series, and then there's some T20s. So I think Gary's got time to sit back, reflect, look at that. He'll forward his reports. He'll start those discussions and thoughts on how to improve the one-day side, and I'm sure he'll share those thoughts at the appropriate time. But look, I am going to be involved on, part of the process involved with selection, and I think in the one-day and T20 space, and I think as much as anything that helps with managing all our players. As I touched on earlier, if you recall, managing players who play all formats is going to be key. So, you know, I'll offer my thoughts as Test coach on, you know, how to make sure we're looking after our players as best as possible. Because Gary and I have got to work very closely together, because I want what's best for the Test side, but I also want what's best for the one-day side and the T20 side. And Gary's the same in reverse. So we're a team, although we're working in different formats, but we're still a team. We're still here for Pakistan cricket, and we'll work very closely together to make sure that every decision that's made is well thought out, well planned, with the goal being for the betterment of Pakistan cricket and the betterment of our players.
Okay, before coming to this interview, I asked some fans on the social media, especially if they have any question for the Jason. So they, one of the question was that they asked Jason that India, very obviously, and even now even Bangladesh these days, even Australia, they literally wiped out every team who toured to them. So now Bangladesh is coming to Pakistan, then the England one is coming. I know, I remember when we have a chat some weeks ago, you talk about the brand of cricket Pakistan should play, the own brand of Pakistan, the trademark one. So one of the question, but can we whitewash Bangladesh and England like the other big teams doing at home, or do you think, and also the brand of cricket you were at that time was celebrating, what is actually about the brand of cricket? Because England coming with their baseball approach, they literally smashed Pakistan 3-0, they scored 400 plus runs on a day. So what will be the Pakistan brand of cricket?
Well, that's going to be after we have if I have discussions with the players, because I'm not coming in as head coach saying we must play this way.
Okay.
This is going to be a collaborative effort, and because I want Pakistan to play authentic to Pakistan. There's no point having a group of players and imposing a style or way of playing if that doesn't suit the team that you've got. So we need to talk and communicate and work together on what is our way of playing, what is our style of playing, what is the perception of us at now, and what can we do to change that perception? What will allow that to happen? So these are the questions and the conversations that I want to have with the players. Because I think if we're all just communicating well and talking, and we'll come up with our strategies and our plans. And by coming up with those strategies, by coming up with those plans, then the style of play will come through in those plans. And then it's just a matter of us going out and implementing that as best we possibly can.
प्रोग्राम में वक्त हुआ एक ब्रेक का, मिलते हैं शॉर्ट कमर्शियल ब्रेक के बाद। प्रोग्राम रिप्ले में खुशामदीद। हम बात करें जनाब पाकिस्तान के टेस्ट हेड कोच जैसन गिलिस्पी से। पाकिस्तान हैव अ टेस्ट स्क्वाड। I think we have a very decent batting line, but if you go through yourself about the batters we have right now, how you see the top 6, then the wicket keeper batsman, then of course we have 3-4 fast bowler, but maybe 1 or 2 options we can be worried about it. Maybe we need 1 or 2 good more fast bowler along with Shaheen and Naseem, and then just Babar is there and another spinner yet to be found. One thing is that what we have right now. Another thing is the focus. The PCB chairman also met with the ex-test cricketers about how we revamp our domestic cricket to find another breed of cricket in the coming days. How you see this, that the current squad we have, you do nothing about from the day one. You need some time to spend with these guys, and then of course in the coming year maybe you may be able to find some the new talent. So then how you see this challenge? That are you satisfied with the Pakistan test team? They can beat the likes of England from the what's go right now, or from the coming series, or you think it will take time for you guys as well, the Gary Custon and of course the Justin Gillespie to really put their mark on Pakistan cricket? It will take some time. I don't think so. Pakistan right now is absolutely ready to just smash teams like Australia did or England did.
Look, we certainly want to. We go out with the intention of winning every game we set out to play from the get-go. We want to do that. But your question is about systems and structures really, because we want to continue to unearth more talent and want to build some depth in our cricket. This is where I think Shaheen's trips and Shaheen's games are absolutely vital. They're a vital part of that system. Domestic cricket plays its role in the system. High performance centres play a role in that system. So how can we, these things take time, obviously. So that's what we're excited about. That's why one of the reasons I wanted to be around the Shaheens and see how they go on this particular trip. Just to get a bit of a feel, as much as anything for me, just to get a feel for Pakistan cricket. But if we get the systems in place, those structures, I think that'll give us the best chance to develop the depth and create competition for places. I think that's an important point. If we're sitting in selection and we're debating about a number of players and we've got 15, 18, 20 players that we're talking about, that's got to be a good thing for Pakistan cricket, because that means a lot of people, a lot of players are performing really well, and that creates competition which will drive up standards in all facets, in skill development, physical.
And for the fitness, because a lot of talk about the fitness.
There's been a lot of talk about fitness, and look, for me as a head coach, and I know Gary is very much the same. By the time a player gets to the Pakistan side, we shouldn't be talking to them about their fitness. That should be done down here. The system takes care of that. That should be done. By the time they get to Pakistan, it's a focus on the game. So that's where we need to get to with the system, and we will put steps in place to allow that to happen.
PCB said that we give free hand to our coaches. What is this free hand? What they are meaning with the free hand means that a total command with the coaches right now. They can do whatever they want.
Look,
so what is the meaning of that free hand?
I think if that's the term of phrase that's come out, it just means they're allowing us the opportunity to implement things we want to implement in conjunction with the PCB and all the stakeholders. So it's just, I think it's PCB's way of just saying, look, we're putting our faith in the coaches. Let's give them their space to have a look, observe, and do their jobs. That's how I interpret that. That's been communicated to me from the PCB. Gary and I have been made to feel incredibly welcome. Azza as well. Azza's been made to feel incredibly welcome. We're really energised and excited by being here and by the roles that we've been entrusted with. and we're just looking forward to being part of some Pakistan cricket success.
Expected we have a very serious interview, but some very frank question. Any Urdu word you get used to right now, or are you focusing on learning some Urdu as well? We could interact with the Pakistan. Anything you have right now you learn?
I'll get there. I've only been here a few days.
Right now you have some Urdu words or not?
I haven't learned any as yet.
Or what about the environment you've seen in Karachi, Lahore, the weather, the people, the hospitality? You were having the very nice Sindhi cap, the ajrak, the hospitality. So how you see that cultural thing?
I've been blown away by how friendly and how well we've been looked after. I've been told by many people that in Pakistani culture, it's very welcoming and about
lot of food as well.
A lot of food, yeah. Looking after people and making guests feel very welcome. And I can hand on heart say I've been made to feel very welcome.
I know Australian cricket can do anything. When it just last a very surprising double 100 you score against Bangladesh as a night watchman you came. Is that still a surprise for you, or you were prepared? I know you love batting. Any fast ball love batting. But how you describe that was something Jason Gillespie once. Wasim Akram scored at 257 against Zimbabwe. What? Wasim Akram scored? Yeah. That was a surprising thing from the fast bowler point of view. But how you remember that on a frankly note, that double 100 against Bangladesh? I think that was one of your best efforts.
I still think I still find it.
It is like a dream.
It still feels a little bit like a dream that I talk about.
At the moment when you raise the bat off at 200,
you just go.
You didn't prepare for that.
I remember just thinking, what is happening here? This is a dream.
I'm a fast bowler. I'm raising hand for a 200.
What do I do? I didn't know what to do because I never raised my bat before.
I'm feeling like a Superman right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason, thank you so much for your time.
No worries.
Pleasure interviewing you.
Thank you.
And wish you all the best with the Pakistan team. I think we have a lot of expectations, and I hope like every Australian current ex-cricketer, we have a high hope from you. पाकिस्तान के टेस्ट हेड कोच और ऑस्ट्रेलिया के फॉर्मर टेस्ट क्रिकेटर जैसन गिलेस्पी का खुसूसी इंटरव्यू आपने देखा। उम्मीद आपको पसंद आया होगा। और आप रिप्ले में मुझे इजाज़त दीजिए, कल आपके साथ मुलाकात होगी एक बार फिर। तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।